Hey one hail, welcome to Monday, welcome to Countdown Day, and welcome to the end of June. We're really kind of kicking into summer now, and as voted on by fans, this will be a bit of a niche topic, one that I'm not familiar with, I don't know anything about. So what I report will be explicitly what the voters say. This will be the top 10 third-party masterpiece scale transformers. That'll be our topic in the latest GotBot Counts Down. Hey one hail, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton. Let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you happen to be in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. So, like I said, this will be the top 10 third-party masterpiece scale transformers. I know, very niche, but a topic that I've been asked to do for years. I avoided it because it's not, I don't know anything about it. I'm not an MP guy. I don't like the line. I don't like the prices. I don't like the size. It's not for me. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do justice from first-hand experience. So finally I broke down. I said, hey man, we will do it. So keep in mind that if any of this information is incorrect, or if the voters kind of got it wrong in terms of certain facts and stuff, hey, I apologize, but it's kind of all I can sort of do because I don't know firsthand, except for one of these. Funny enough, the only one that I know is the number 1 slot. And funny enough, I would actually say it's not a masterpiece level transformer. You'll see when we get there. We're going to kick things off, of course, with our honorable mentions. And they include THF04 Ultra Magnus. No idea. It's everybody that voted for it. And there wasn't a lot, obviously. But everybody that voted for it said it's kind of everything that you like about MP22, but it's all done better. I don't know if there's any truth to that. And this one I do know from reputation, Fans Toys Quietus, which of course is their Cyclonus. And he does look splendid. I gotta say, I can't speak any more to it. I can't even watch reviews on it because as soon as I start to see a Fans Toys transformation, it gives me pain. And I'm like, I can't watch this, I'm out. But Quietus and the THF04 Ultra Magnus, they are the 2 honorable mentions. They did not quite make the list. So you know what we're going to do now. We're going to do as we always do, and we're going to kick things off with number 10, Averst. Kicking us off at number 10, we dive into third-party Beast Wars with the, I want to make sure I say this right, the TransArt BBM08 Metal Spider Queen. Her. It is Black Arachnneia. She stands 7.5 to 8 inches tall. Obviously, based on the Transmetal body, very detailed, a ton of paint, a ton of articulation. Those that have her say she beats out any official Black Arachnneia, including the MP Black Arachnneia. I don't know if it's true, but that would be high praise for TransArt. The only I've experienced a few TransArt, but the only one that I own firsthand is the Ravage, and he's splendid. And you know what? I kind of really hoped that he was going to make it here. He didn't, spoiler alert, but she did, and she takes the number 10 slot. Coming in at number 9 is probably a figure that really helped establish this company, because it's Fans Toys Quake, their take on Shockwave. And I remember when he first came out and people went crazy for it, especially MP collectors, because this was before MP, I think it was 29 was Shockwave. And people said, this is fantastic, like it's built really well, it has a great transformation, it looks the part, it looks menacing, it's solid in both modes. In fact, a lot of people have said that even now, all these years later, it has aged pretty well. Yes, it's starting to show its age, but there are still people right now that say, you know what, it's still my Shockwave of choice. That says a lot about the longevity of that mold and the longevity of Quakewave. He takes the number 9 slot. Coming in number 8, we have this guy. KFC Simba. This is, of course, Keith's take on Victory Leo, and I think it's really good because they didn't do an official an official version of Victory Leo to go attached to MP Star Saber. This attaches to MP Star Saber. It looks great in robot mode, really captures the character. It looks great in alt mode, and apparently, like, once it goes on, it's pretty darn solid. So it really kind of integrates well with Star Saber in order to give you a full-on Victory Saber. Yeah, I understand why he's here. Simba takes the number 8 slot. Coming in at number 7, we have a little bit of a surprise here with this. This is Mastermind Creations Iris Coulter, and I have to look at my notes because I don't know the names of all of these. It's a female version of Tarn. I wasn't sure if this one would count, but apparently it stands somewhere around 8 inches with insane articulation, as well as what people said, masterpiece level engineering. Make of that what you will, but that's why they voted for it. They said that she takes everything that's fantastic about their Tarn and puts it on a more svelte, slender body that still retains all of the motion, all of the smoothness, all of the slickness in both alt mode and robot mode. Who am I to argue? You know what? Why not? MMC's Iris Coulter takes the number 7 slot. Coming in at number 6, we dive back into fans' toys, and this, Acoustic Wave. Now, I know it was also released as like Paradise Robots or something with some nonsense, but it's fans' toys Acoustic Wave. It took a long time to come out. A lot of people said that it usurped MP13 from their shelf, because MP13 is excellent. This is what people said. MP13 is excellent, especially if you want something that is toy accurate. But if you want something that's really going to capture the animation and be animation accurate, the right shades of blue, the right shades of white and off-white, everything located correctly. The shape of the chest, a lot of people said. I don't know if I buy into the shape of the chest argument, but I understand how it looks like it's the cartoon that jumped off the screen. Can't speak to the engineering, nobody mentioned that, but they did say he has a great wide range of articulation to get excellent dynamic poses. So, that's what the fans say. Who am I to argue? Acoustic Wave takes the number 6 slot. And now a hush falls over the crowd because we've reached the ever-coveted, ever-popular halfway mark. And at the halfway mark we go to DX9 and this. Carry. Yes, it's an all-in-one version of Rodmus Prime, as I'm led to believe. How everything folds up is amazing. The fact that the wings on his back is a little bit big, I don't think is very off-putting, because when you look at Carrie, you absolutely know it's Rodmus Prime. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. In fact, so much so that a lot of people say, look, we've had the officials release, we even had that MP28 Hot Rod, and this beats all of them. All of them for build, all of them for style and look, all of them for the engineering, and I like this, the solidity of materials used, because a lot of people say he feels super duper solid. I can't speak to it, but at 9.5 inches, he's definitely MP scaled. He certainly looks the part, and I think for a lot of fans, certainly when you compare it to the official MP Rodimus that had all the breakage issues, I think Carrie really steps in and fills that gap in a lot of people's collections very well, and he takes the number 5 slot. At number 4 we have this. It is Magic Square's Light of Peace. Now I'm using the I think the 2.0 version in this picture, but you know what, I kind of put all the Light of Peace votes together, because whether you're talking about the first one or the re-release or now this 2.0, by the way, I've seen a side-by-side comparison of 1.0 and 2.0. It looks like, other than some changes of color, it looks to be exactly the same. I've had people say, if you have the original and you like those colors, you do not need the 2.0 because it's only the colors changed. I've never handled it. I don't know anything about that, but I do admit that this looks like about as an ideal of an Optimus as you could possibly get. And I do remember when Magic Square first announced this and put it out a few years ago, I even said then, man, it's way more accurate than MP10 at the time, and I think it's as, if not more accurate than MP44. It looks perfect. I can't speak to the engineering again, but people said that the transformation was pretty darn smooth with it, with nice solid movements, and that the materials feel great. And I already know that the articulation is wonderful because I've seen this mold displayed in a lot of people's collections in tons of dynamic poses, and so many of the voters said, Light of Peace, he is the centerpiece of my entire collection. That says a lot. And he takes the number 4 slot. And coming in at number 3, we go back to DX9 and Chugger, or Astro Train if you prefer. A lot of people say, look, the shuttle mode is amazing and clean. The train mode is fantastic and detailed. Yeah, the robot is a little bit janky looking in terms of some of the proportions, but it functions really well with excellent articulation, so they can kind of look past it. Is it a bit stylized? Yes, much like Carrie, it's a bit stylized. I believe this guy also stands somewhere around 9.5 inches, something like that. He's quite large, quite solid. And it really does, if you know Carrie and you have Carrie, this aesthetic really kind of carries through, pardon the pun. It is definitely recognizable as Astro Train, even if the stylized bits make him look a little bit weird. No, he's not animation accurate, but he does everything else right, with style, with really 3 successful modes. If the robot is the, worst one, it's still pretty darn good. It's just that it's stylized. Great materials, great articulation. Chugger takes the number 3 slot. Oh, top 2. And that number 2 we have this. It is Fans Toys Road King. They're Menasor. Sorry, they're Motormaster. I apologize. And a lot of people that voted for this said perfect robot. Perfectly animation accurate with an ideal head sculpt. Face sculpt. Perfect truck. Clean. Smooth. Everything looks excellent on it. And a transformation that is quite tolerable between both, and when you get to each of the modes, you feel rewarded for going through the effort. Can't speak to that. I do think he looks very clean. I do love his articulation. I will say that. But here's the thing that really makes Road King stand out. People said, even if you're not in for Menasor, even if you don't have the other parts, even if you don't want him to combine, just as Motormaster, he's terrific. And because he's so good standalone, that's why he takes the number 2 slot. And now here we are, very tippy top number 1. And I told you at the beginning of this that I don't even think number 1 would qualify as masterpiece. And I think a lot of you are going to agree. But hear me out. Hear the voters out. Not me. Hear the voters out. Because number 1 is actually just here over my shoulder. It's this guy. 01 Studio Cell Unicron. And I get it, he's smaller than the HasLab and stuff, and a lot of people are going to hear that he came in number 1. By the way, he was by far number 1. Like there was no competition. He took the ball and he ran with it. But people said, look, hear us out. It's impossible for any planet to actually scale with a mainline collection, let alone a masterpiece collection. To scale properly as a planet, the thing would have to be several stories tall, like an actual building. It's never going to happen. So the people that voted for it said, because I know it's impossible to scale a planet, I looked at the coloration. And granted, Cell had a number of colorations and tweaks where he was more orange, he was more gray, he was darker, he was the pumpkin version, he was the version that I own, the original version. He's had 2 or 3 other colorations. Pick the one you want, because somewhere in the midst of that is the perfect Unicron. His back looks like the animation. His entire front looks like the animation with the symmetry it should have. There's no real chunks falling off of it, and this is where people get into the engineering. They'll say, as complicated and complex as the transformation is, you're taking a perfect sphere and you're turning it into a robot with no kibble, because the dude basically turns inside out. He does. It's amazing what's accomplished. And then in robot mode, he has joints and die cast joints everywhere. There is no pose that you cannot pull off with him. His articulation is MP level, his engineering is MP level, you can find the right coloration to be MP level, and he is super smooth in both modes once you go through the transformation and get used to it. I agree. The scale isn't there. No doubt. Nobody's going to argue that. The scale is absolutely not there. But the color, the articulation, and the engineering is. And that's why voters picked Cell, 01 Studio Cell, for the number 1 slot for best third-party masterpiece transformer. And that's 10 down to 1. I think that this was a bit of a wonky one. Other ones that had votes include Jinbao's Oversized Devastator from Gravity Builder, Make Toys Downbeat, another great one, MMC's Optus Promenon, what else do we have here? MPP, Wei Jiang's MPP-10, MPP-10 EVA, Optimus Prime, Unique Toys Peru Killer. I thought he was going to appear on it. Feral Rex, a bit surprised. I'm not sure if Feral Rex is an MP scaled combiner or not. Fans Toys Devastator, Make Toys Despotron for Megatron, Big Firebird Nicey. That figure makes me uncomfortable. I respect the engineering stuff, but it makes me uncomfortable. Kang Toys Shrapnel, apparently. I didn't even know that they had a Shrapnel. Bingo Toys Jezzy, MMC's Ocular Max Bruticus, Master Square's Bruticus. What else do we have here? Marvelous Mecha MMO1 Optimus Prime. I've never even heard of it. Black Mamba Sideswipe, NBK Gravity Builder, Planet X Triptychon, Fans Toys Dracula. I think that's their Mind Wipe if I'm not mistaken. MMC's Coulter, the regular one. Let's see, Gigapower Sludge, Warbitron Bruticus, Fans Toys Thomas, Athena, which was a version of Minerva, Unique Toys Orden, of course, all combined, Fans Toys Jive, I assume that's their jazz, the Ultra Magnus KO Hyper Magnus, let's see, Touch Toys Carefree, never heard of that before either, Fans Toys Hannibal, Gigapower Grimlock, O1 Studio Tremor, which is part of Desolator, it's part of their Devastator, it's wide load basically. What else do we have here? Holy smokes. Is that it? Honestly, well, there's more. It's just DS01 Starscream. There you go. It's those and more. Honestly, I could be here all day going through it. But yeah, it was. The vote was very spread out and wide for what people picked. But I thought that the way the 10 that landed on the list, like, I thought it was really strange. I was very surprised that Cell took the top as much as he did, because I would not think of him as an MP or MP scaled or MP anything. I wouldn't have put him in that category personally, but the voters are the voters. If you got a problem with it, I don't know, take it up with them. I appreciate you guys, though, coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around, man. Have some fun with us here on the channel, and please, don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world, and I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here, inside the videos.